Hello everyone, TheSkilledRoy here, back with another Legends of Runeterra video. So the latest LOR expansion is here upon us, and it brought a lot of new champions: Kayn, Master Yi, Jax, Ornn, and even the exclusive LOR champion for Bandle City, Nora. With all these champions, we can start to narrow down the remaining champions that will be coming to LOR in the future. With all the previous champions now accounted for, we only have 3 regions left for this set. That is Piltover and Zaun, Demacia, and of course, Targon. But one big question on people's minds when it comes to Targon is simply, who's left? As you may not know, Targon is a relatively small region when it comes to number of champions. In fact, strictly going by League of Legends universe page, it shows that there's no Targon champions left. So what are they going to do? Well, the first possible thought is that they could do something like Nora and make a new and original exclusive champion for Legends of Runeterra. I cannot deny that might be a possibility, but I do believe they've told us who's coming up next for Targon. So, for those of you unaware, often in Legends of Runeterra, developers love to give hints for upcoming champions, as when a set is being made, they obviously already know who's going to be within each part of that set. So this means that some cards in the first part of the set might reference cards in a later part of the same set. In particular, these can be rather innocuous, but sometimes they actually go beyond that, like, for example, during the second set of Shurima, Guardians of the Ancient. Now, for those of you who weren't here, that was the Hellscape. That was peak Azir Aurelia, probably one of the strongest and most polarizing decks to ever grace the game, but they also released a few variety cards to help people at least cope that the idea that Azir Aurelia was beatable in some way. And for Bilgewater, who hadn't gotten their champion yet, they got this, Bone Skewer. Bone Skewer, of course, was a pretty interesting strike spell, but it actually belongs specifically to another champion, Pyke. Pyke, of course, released the very next expansion, with Bone Skewer even becoming his champion spell. This actually gets more interesting, as the art is very evocative of the original ability icon from League of Legends. So, near the end of the reveal season for the latest Legends of Runeterra set, I think they're doing the very same thing. They revealed the following Targon card, Celestial Impact. Now, this is a pretty standard obliterate spell, reminiscent of the Meteor Celestial card. What's important to note, however, is the art. You can see these raining swords coming down from above, with a gold orb seemingly as the origin point for them. Now, while this might seem pretty generic of a sword rain spell you might see in a typical fantasy RPG, League of Legends fans probably immediately know who this belongs to. In League of Legends, one champion has the ability to shield others and cause a rain of swords to fall down on their opponents, and that is of course Kayle, the Righteous. Kayle's ultimate in League of Legends is called Divine Judgment, where, as I mentioned, she shields an ally and drops swords all around them. If you look at the spell icon, it's actually very evocative of the spell we got, using similar colors and even somewhat similar sword designs. I propose, just like how Pyke was hinted at with Bone Skewer showing up in expansion early, Celestial Impact is showcasing Kayle before she arrives in one of the next 2 expansions of this set. And I know a lot of people are probably going to quote Kayle as being a Demacian champion, but in reality all of her powers come from Mount Targon, so ideally they could move her to Targon so that Targon has more champions to work with, perhaps with Morgana, her sister, coming in the set after that. In any case, thank you everyone so much for watching. That's all for me today. If you like this content and you want to support the channel, feel free to like and subscribe. And hey, if you want to keep up with my theories as I and other theory crafters work on them, feel free to check out my Twitter or join my Discord. Anyways, that's all for me. Thanks again so much for watching, and peace out.